What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with a video, and this is the review time, because we're going to be viewing what just happened on the September not 12th, the September 17th edition of NXT. And yeah, what a very extremely awesome show it was tonight. Like, with them continue to hype things up for their debut premiere on the CW network. And yeah, there's so much to watch from the start from the finish, which the finish was very similar to the start, because it had something to do with Trick Williams and All Legal Ethan Page, of course. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about starting off with Ava. Starting off with Ava, like introducing them, like once she got in the ring with her, say let's talk about Chicago. This is where she also made other announcement that it will be Julia and Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship, and also we got Wesley versus Zachary Wentz, and we also got the appearance of what's his name? CM Punk, and then also we also got Bianca Belair, Jay Cargo making an appearance. Perhaps they're gonna do a little open challenge to the top women's duo. Maybe still face the Fatal Influence. Just putting it out there. And then also we got who else is gonna be there? But we got more exciting news for the one on the October 8th edition of NXT on the second week of it being on the CW network, like when they go to St. Louis. But we're gonna get into more of that in just a moment. But yeah, that's where we got things set up, and with all the wrestlers with Trick and what's his name, Ethan, coming out there. This is where Trick Williams went away on the microphone and said, I told you, on October 1st, on the CW, and in Chicago, when history is always gonna be made, we're gonna be making some more history. And once I do beat Ethan for that title, and then people. Then they're gonna be they're gonna be chanting some, and then they're gonna be chanting some. They're gonna, and then we're gonna, and that's where he told the crowd what exactly they're gonna do, and that's where then they said we're gonna whoop that Trick, and then that's where we got Ethan Page came out there, because it's his turn to sign the contract. I don't think Trick Williams even signed the contract. So what the hell am I even talking about? But that's where we got Ethan Page. He was holding on to his NXT championship like if he's the modern day Ric Flair, with him holding it when it's folded up. And that's where then he start going on and on about Trick and the fans. With the fans start chanting Ethan sucks, and I was like, gee, I wonder where that came from. Oh yeah, from the song Joe Hendry. And then this where, and then it was like, believe in Joe, and this where. And then this where he's like, okay, guys, since you're gonna be like that to me, when I get done with Trick, I'm gonna send you guys to the. And this was I'm gonna send you to the doctor because I dressed like $1 million. And I was like, what that got to do with what you're gonna go through with he's like, what? I don't know what that got to do with got to do with what you're gonna do with him once you get through with Trick. But this where he's like, and you Trick, he's like, well, you're being very competent right now, and I do not question you, because you truly are a confidential man, Trick, you are Trick Williams, but and that's where he's I wish they stopped singing this horrendous song, because the guy they're the song that the guy that they love chanting they believe in is no longer here, because I send him right back where he belongs, and that is TNA. And then that's where then he went on, it's like, I hate to break it to you, Trick. I am not Pete Dunne. You're not gonna beat you. I am All Legal Ethan Page. And this All Legal individual is gonna is going to happen to prove that once we hit the Chicago. And then it just also happens that Trick Williams is getting all. What he said, what did Ethan Page said? He's like he just so happens like to be beat. Yeah, he's gonna be. It happens to be Trick Williams' crib tonight, and this is where Trick Williams like, what are you saying? Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. Like about like me. This was like, what are you saying? Like, I'm not saying this is my crib. Like, this was like, oh yes, you are. Like, and I have the receipts to back it up. Like, the biggest receipt that I have that's in my wallet is this right over here, and that is the NXT Championship. And this where the Trick and this where the Trick Williams is like, oh yeah, like since you stole my championship, that right there from me, like you've been running from me. And I was like, that kind of rhymes, so he must be saying the right thing, which he was. This is where then he did continue saying like he's like, and when it's October 1st, it's gonna be you and me, no one else around. And this is where Trick Williams is like, and this is where he's like, wait, like you're saying I stole this third championship from you? He's like like you really this way he took off his dress jacket and he was like, you think I stole this belt from you? Like I really stole this from you? Like like you're very funny, Trick. Like trick, like I didn't steal absolutely nothing from you. He was like, I actually earned this championship. Like I won this championship. Like if you know. And this was like, and do you know what I remember the most when I won this exact championship? Like it was everybody's facial expression when everybody counted 1, 2, 3. Like it was a shock and a surprise that was in everybody's face, including yours. And that's where then it continues like in Trick, like I didn't steal absolutely nothing from. And on October 1st, like you're gonna have a little different expression on your face. Like you're gonna have the look of a disappointment because you think you got Ethan Page figured out. Like you sure as hell don't. Because on October 1st, like I'm going to beat you and I'm gonna put the end of it finally once and for all. Like, and you know what? And you know what it's gonna continue to be the era of, even in this new season premiere era, like when we do move into the CW network, it's gonna be nothing but the all ego era. And then this is where the Trick Williams is like, the only thing that I know that I see you like in Chicago for that title, like, and then he's like, in the NXT era, one NXT era is going to be over. And guess what they're going to be chanting? Like, when I take that right back in, when it goes to its rightful owner, like, on the NXT, no, he didn't say NXT, he said NXT Me era is over. Like, everybody going to be chanting NX. And then this is where he put up the what they call it, the microphone up in the air, because I believe T in his eyes stands for Trick, which that's his first name, of course. But before he can even have the fans say T, like this is where like he gets kicked right to the gut. This is where then we got Ethan Page trying to turn into a Batista, like back in 2005, like when he powerbombed Triple H right into the table. He did exactly that, but the Eagles Edge version of the powerbomb right through Trick Williams through the table. He's like, you're not even going to be making it to Chicago, and that's where then he knocked over the chair. I go to Cherry Cinder. And this is where fans hilariously start chanting, Trick got whooped, like Trick got whooped. And I was like, really, you're gonna turn on them just like that? Like, well, maybe they're not exactly turning on him. Maybe this is just a sarcastic chant, like just to be funny into this episode of NXT. But this is where we gotta walk out of there. This is where Ava's like, what the hell you going? Like, you need to still sign a contract to make this official. And then this is where then Ethan Page is like, what contract? Because we're not gonna have this match on the debut network show. Like I'm gonna be celebrating on that day. And this is where then Ava's like, not when you just did something that was so unnecessary. Like, and this is where she was like, you're gonna sign this one way or another, and I will make sure that you sign it before the night is over. This is where then we got what's his name? We got Tony D'Angelo talking to what's his name? Let's see. Hammerstone, that's what his name is. That's where then Hammerstone was backstage with Tony D'Angelo, and he was kind of disappointed. He was like when I ask you to get a job done, I really mean what get the job done. Like you seen how much the amount I gave to you on that envelope, like why you didn't get the job done, like no matter what. And this where then this is where we got Hammerstone came up with an excuse on why he didn't got the job by saying some of that true stuff. He was like you see how dangerous what's his name Obafemi is. Like he's the North American champion for a reason. Like you should know that because you work here and you work with him and you fought him in the past for that championship. And this is where Tony D'Angelo's like, yeah, you're right, and I do work for him. He's like, but I did pay you though. Like look, like what you gonna do? You're gonna go back to Ava and you're gonna ask for the rematch. Like in this time, you're gonna be taking care of it for good. And then this is where then Hammerstone's like, yeah, yeah, about that. Like, no, I am not gonna do that because I'm getting tired of taking orders from you. Like this is where then Tony D'Angelo then start chuckling and looking right into the side. He's like, like, what do you mean? Like, you were gonna say no to me? Like, you know what happens if you say no to me? Like, have you not been watching NXT for the last couple of years since I've been here? Like, what happened to those that say no to me? And this is where Hammerstone was like, yeah, you are the Don, right? Like he's like, if that's the case, if you're the Don, like, why you didn't take care of your Oba problem yourself? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, why you have to get somebody from TNA to take care of this problem? Even though he came up short when he faced him at NXT No Mercy, but still, he could have just tried to get him. Maybe this time he would have had better luck doing so. But this is where Tony Angelo's like, okay, listen here. He's like yeah, like I see what you're coming from, but you have to see where I'm coming from. Like I'm the one that paid you, and if I want you to get a certain job done, you should have got it done. And this was and I will, and maybe I should take care of Oba. But before that, I'm gonna take care of you first, and make sure that you never come back here or TNA ever again. And that's where he took off his hat. That's where he walked out of there. That's where we got Hammerstone start giving him that angry stare. This is where we got the tag team, women's tag team action next. And what was your thoughts on that match with Tony D'Angelo and Hammerstone? Like when they were fighting, I would say that I would give it about the third place spot, I guess. But I would say Lyra Valkyria and what's her name? Lyra Valkyria, Tatum Paxton versus Rosemary and Wendy Chu. That was really good, but not really on the top three list of the best matches of the night when it comes to getting the Golden Award, the Bronze, and the Silver. I'm going to have to give it the third place spot because there's so many variety of good matches. That's why NXT as one of the most prestigious shows because they try to find the best talent in all of pro wrestling, like in the beginner side, of course, and maybe some that work their way in the independent scene as well. But this is where we got the match starting with Lyra Valkyria and Rosemary. It was Tatum Paxley actually. That's where we got Rosemary did say she did not want Tatum. She wants her friend Lyra. This is where then Tatum's like, oh yeah, if you want her, you got to get through me first. They start going for a head bumping war right into each other's heads, looking at each other's foreheads. This is where we got what's her name? Tatum Paxley knocks her down right into the bottom. To the bottom right side, but this is where once they were looking at each other's heads, like with Tatum Paxley bent over staring at her while Rosemary then was kneeling down. This is where she did grab her by her hair. This is where then she got back up. This is where she tried to go for a German suplex. No, actually it was a waist lock go into a face buster maneuver. This is where she started trying to twist her around until we got Tatum actually got out of it. This is where That's where we got. She eventually tagged in Lyra Valkyria when she put Rosemary right into her corner. They double Irish whipped her right into the left, or no, in the right side. Then they trip her over in the left side, double team, and they hit a double elbow drop right onto Rosemary. That's where we got. That's where then we got Lyra Valkyria try to go for a pin, but she only got a 2.2 count. This is where then she tags in Tatum Paxley. This is where she wrist lock. What's her name? Rosemary's arm. This is where we got Tatum Paxley hit the double axe handle right onto the arm. This is where then she try to go for. This is where she tried to go for an arm bar, but this is where she gets rolled over to a schoolgirl roll-up, which is the most devastating move in all pro wrestling. But this is where she kicks out at 2 even. This is where fans start chanting for Tatum because she's starting to be the fan favorite in the mid-card women's division. And this is where then we got Wendy Chu to go for a wrist lock and then bend it right into her side. Is where that's where but that's where Wendy Chu then put Tatum right on her back. I mean, put Tatum in the waist lock position. This is where we got Tatum trying to hang on to the ropes, but this is where we got it wasn't Wendy Chu going for the what's that called, the wheelbarrow roll up, but this is where she only got only a 2.1 count. This is where we got what's her name, Tatum Paxley, in, where her legs wrap around. Where we got Tatum Paxley hit the crossbody right on the Wendy Chu. Then tags in Lyra Valkyria. This is where Valkyria go for wrist lock, try to go for a hip suplex, but this is where she gets elbowed right to the back. She gets slammed back first right into the canvas. Is where this is where we got what's her name. That's where we got Wendy Chu tags and Rosemary. This is where they try to go for a double suplex. But this is where we got, what's her name? Tatum Paxley then got her off. This is where Rosemary then try to go for a clothesline. But this is where they both duck. This is where we got Lyra and Tatum go for a drop kick right into the outside, send them out there. This is where then we got Lyra Valkyria. Then, all right, all right, sis, what's next is where there's remember what we tried to do? This is where they start doing their arm, posing majiggy. This is where they run right to the right side. They go for a double baseball sliding kick right to the left side with both Tatum and Lyra, doing an arm hug. I guess you get a side hug. Like besties for life with them hanging on to the middle ropes. They're like, yeah, it's like the good old times, maybe even better, which I totally agree because it was more uncomfortably creepy than the last time they were in NXT, being like a duo. But yeah, this is where we got the match continues with Tatum Paxley was in the ring this time with Wendy Chu, but this is where Wendy Chu and Rosemary were double teaming, tag team double teaming on poor Paxley, but luckily when she was getting hit with the arm bar, she somehow found a way to escape. This is where she's trying to hang on right to the left side, but this is where Tatum Paxley tried to kick her right in the gut. But this is where we got Wendy Chu grab on her leg. This is where she tried to go for a kick right forward, but she dodges, but she kick her right back, send her right to the bottom right corner. This is where we got Rosemary tags herself in the match. This is where we got Tatum Paxley ends up German suplex. This is where we got Rosemary to go for Russian leg sweep. This is where we got wasn't it Wendy Chu go for a clothesline right on the Tatum. This is where we got Rosemary try to go for a cover. But this is where Tatum gets the shoulder up at 2.7, I guess you could say. This is where we got Rosemary trying to go for a clothesline, but this is where Tatum Paxley ducks, hits a step up Insigiri. This is where she sent her right to the bottom right corner side. She was like a pitch away from tagging in her tag partner, but once Wendy Chu tried to go for the sleeper hold onto Tatum, this is where she flipped her right over counter, flip her out of it. This is where she ducked right out of the way from Wendy Chu's boot. This is where we got Lyra Valkyria start hitting some forearm strikes, riding back and forth, right to the left and then the right. This is where she had step up Mr. Gary around the Rosemary. This is where she start going for sliding kicks and kick her up right into her head on the Wendy Chu. She tried to go for a bridge suplex, but this is where we got Wendy Chu kicking out at 2.4. This is where we got Lyra Valkyria try to bring her right over to her corner in the upper right side because Tatum Paxley was on her way. This is where she was like, I had this way, Tatum, get ready, and this is where but she gets jawbreaker by Wendy Chu. She got sent right over in the corner anyway. This is where she gets tagged in. That's where we got Tatum Paxley kicks around the gut. This is where she hits the sidewalk backbreaker onto Wendy Chu. This is where Valkyria goes for a leg drop right onto Chu. This is where this is where we got what's her name? Tatum Paxley go for the cover afterwards, but they got interrupted by Rosemary, and I was like, hey, man, they would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that meddling clown witch. And I'm not sure if that's such a thing as one, but I guess Rosemary showed that there is. But it's where she tried to throw Rosemary out the ring, but it's where Rosemary sent her down. This is where she tried to pick up the former NXT Women's Champion. She clobbered her with a lariat right onto the ground. This is where she had her down for at the moment. This is where we got Tatum Paxley put what's her name? Wendy Chu, I believe. Yeah, she tried to put her right on the shoulders to hit her finisher, I believe. But this is where we got Wendy Chu pushes her right into the bottom right side. This is where we got Wendy Chu trying to go for a running attack, but this is where it was useless. She gets booted right to the face by what's her name? Tatum. This is where we got Rosemary trying to go up on the top and try to stop her from hitting a dive, but this is where she kicks her right to the face. This is where we got Tatum Paxley going up on the top, but she gets European uppercut by Wendy Chu. This is where the Wendy Chu then try to go up for a suplex onto Tatum Paxley, but this is where Tatum Paxley starts elbowing her right onto what Randy Orton has. But I was shocked that Tatum Paxley was not out for the 3 when the referee was counting 1 and then 2, and then this is where she lifted up her right leg and put it right onto the left side's bottom ropes. I was like, how in the heck did she do that? I was like, that was very devastating. I bet like at least 8 times out of 10, Rosemary wins with that spear, in TNA. But this is where we got what's her name, Wendy Chu, running right to the left side. This is where but once she went right through it, this is where Lyra Valkyria stopped her from hitting the double team maneuver with what's her name, with Rosemary. She hits her face first. She brings her to the outside. She hits that back-legged spinning kick right into the face. This is where Rosemary's like, you wretched, you wretched warrior, you won't get away with this. This is where then Tatum Paxley was like, oh yeah, says who? And this is where then she grabbed onto her leg. This is where she spun her back and did this sideways version of the SOS. This is where then she tags in what's the name, Lyra Valkyria. This is where then she hits the sore leg drop. Yeah, I believe that's what it's called. This is where she gets the 1, 2, 3, and the winner of this match is Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. And I would give a little bit of a big congratulations on to this. And I'm reason why I say that because this is on the 5th this match that's coming up next, and that is Tony D'Angelo versus Hammerstone. And yeah, this match was really good as well. And I hope I don't sound like. I hope I don't sound like what's that? I'll say not a broken record, but I'll say hopefully I don't get all this wrong. I'm not trying to be right, but I don't want those. I want to be the one that's if I'm disagreeing with everybody and purposely trying to think that one match is better than the other. But in my opinion, I just think what was the best match of the night. And this is only on my opinion. And just that was just a little reminder to give you guys that y'all, it's okay to have different opinions. And yeah, and it's okay that if you think that any other match that was on the card was better. I would totally respect that. But anyway, this is where we got. We do have the matchup next, but before we get into that, is where we got Charlie Dempsey. This where we got Charlie Dempsey and the rest of the No Quarter Catch crew, including Ren Sinclair. This is where they were so happy that what's his name's back from his All Japan what's that from his All his All Japan travels when he went to Japan, I believe. it wasn't Noah. I think it was Pro Wrestling Noah actually. Like when he went there, like to be in those be in the matches for that promotion, be in the matches in the promotion. I think he was in some kind of a tournament, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's where they were happy that he's back, and yeah, this is where then it was like, okay, like we need to start collecting more gold with the Heritage Cup trophy. This is where I guess that's what Vince Sinclair said, but this is where Charlie Dempsey's like, oh, okay, like I love the enthusiasm of that, but first off, we you need to start finding them opportunities like before we can even claim the opportunities of gold, like or something like that. This is what you're like. And then this was like, and then and I'm gonna teach you the technique of how to earn some opportunities around here. And this was he was like, and now they're part of the NQCC. Like, I need you to do something for yourself. Like, and I need you to make a name for yourself. Like Tavion and Miles and even myself have. And this is where then we got the new Thea Hill in NXT, which was Vince Sinclair. This is where she started hyping up, started shouting, yeah, like I know you are fired up, and I'm also fired up as well. Like and this where she was like, let's freaking go. This is where she hit the stinging knife edge chop that even made Gunther intimidated with her. Like, but this is where Charlie Dempsey's like, and that hurts. Like, this is where Miles Bourne would start laughing, and this is where Charlie Dempsey's like, oh yeah, what's so funny? And this is where he's like, oh yeah, like yeah, we should not be laughing at that to Tavion Heights. But yeah, this is where we got Tony D'Angelo start coming out because he has his match against Hammerstone. This is where they start going back and forth, like beating the holy hell out of each other, right onto each corner, like into the upper left side, the upper right side, and then doing some slams. And that's where, but once we got Tony D'Angelo did one slam on him, this is where we got Miles. Hammerstone. I was about to call him Milestone. Like it's Hammerstone. But anyway, this is where he got back up. He's like, "You think that's gonna put me down?" Like I got hit like I fought in guys like Moose over in TNA. And they're and guys like him are like double if not triple times your size. And there's I instantly get back up, and I'm. Like I instantly get back up. Like you can throw anything in my way, and I still will overpower it. And then this is where he'd send Tony D'Angelo to the bottom right corner side without Tony D'Angelo hindering the plan of him throwing him right into the corner. This is where this is where we got Tony D'Angelo bounce right off in that corner. This is where we saw him get belly to belly by the TNA wrestler. This is where we got what's his name? Hammerstone then got back up. He's like, well, where you go? Get back up. Like I thought you were prepared for this fight. Like it seemed like you're giving up. Like you're not giving up, are you? And this is where then Tony D'Angelo's like, of course not. Like, yeah, who you know who you messing with? Like I am the Don. And then this is where then we got what's his name? Obafemi started chuckling because he's liking what he's seeing. He was like, yeah, he's choking on him, like, and that's his own dude. And this is where the referee's like, get back inside here. And this is where Tony D'Angelo to start doing some realizations like of something, and we did not know what it was. Like something just snap off on him. Like he's not his usual like tough I guess tough self, like with him being the Don and perhaps the guy that handles business, some just hit him in the head that made him a totally different personality, I guess you could say. That's what I'm trying to get. And this is where I started walking out of there with the referee continuing to count. This is where Milestone's like, where the hell you going? And this is where then Adriana Rizzo like, I do not like this. And this is where it looked like she was about to cry. And this is where and also what's his name? Channing Stacks, Lorenzo, and Luca Cusafino start looking puzzled. Like they're like, well, what the hell it got into Tony D'Angelo to walk out on this match and purposely make himself lose, like especially by a count out. And this is where then even Vic Joseph was confused as well. And this is where he started asking questions with Booker T. And he was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what's your thoughts on this book? Like, I guess it's way out of Tony's character. Yeah. And this this is where the Booker T's yeah, he got a lot of soul searching right now. Like I cannot tell you like what's on the mind of Tony. Like this where and yeah, and this is where it's like, okay, let's talk about CM Punk, and when before he can even talk much about CM Punk, guess who comes out of a certain room and walking towards walking in the hallway towards the gorilla position to head out into the ring. Yep, you guessed it. It was none other than Chick Magnet Punk himself. But yeah, but although I don't think it was him just yet. Like what am I talking about right now? But yeah, but before we got him out there, this is where we got somebody that was walking past the commentators. It was none other than what's his name, Zachary Wentz. Like it was Zachary Wentz. And he's like, I'm sorry, you guys, for interrupting, but I got something that I need to sort out right now. And this is where the Zachary Winston run in the ring. This is where he got on the mic. This was like, yeah, last week, Trey and I were supposed to the challenge for the NXT Tag Team title. Like, and you know why? But unfortunately, we did not. No, he said like this. He's like, we're supposed to challenge for the NXT Tag Team Championship, but we never got that opportunity for that match. And you know why? I'm going to show you why right here. And this is where I told the guy in the back to roll the footage. And then it was none other what's his name coming? Going it was a footage of security cameras, or what's that called? What's that? I guess security cameras, like showing like in Dayton, Ohio, like that. Like with what's that coming out of a place? Trey Miguel. Like, and this is where then he got into the car. This is where he got ambushed from somebody, and it was none other than somebody with dreadlocks, and you know who it is. Like, and that's like about 5.5 feet, and that is none other than Wesley. And I was like, yeah, of course they're gonna give a good reason why Trey and Zachary did not get their shot at the NXT Tag Team Championship, but it's because of them not being cleared to compete in that match. That's why they got replaced by the Street Profits in real life, and it didn't have nothing to do with Wesley. This is all just part of the storyline with Wesley attacking him to be the reason why he couldn't make it tonight. Last week, like when they fought the Street Profits. But yeah. That's where then Zachary Wentz continued on the mic saying like I don't know why he did that, but why I know this, like you, and this was like, I know that you are an absolute piece of garbage, Wes. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the PG way he would put it, like if he said this on TNA, but he wouldn't have said garbage if he was on that show, considering they're similar to the other company that's now their arch rivals. But yeah, we're going to talk about that in a different video. But this is where we got Zachary Winston continue on the microphone. And the fans like, yeah, you're totally right about him. Like for him being the total garbage for him attacking Trey, like what he did. And this is where he's like, you really had to go to Trey's hometown. Like, bro, how many ride that we go that car? And he's like, can you handle the fact that Trey? Like, don't you realize that me and Trey move on without you? Like, or maybe like you've been so you were so absolutely bitter that I got my hand raised at No Mercy. Like when I defeat you in that match, like you deserve every single thing that's going to be happening to you in Chicago. Like you start breathing in and breathing out. Like you thought losing to me, like No Mercy was absolutely embarrassing. Like hell, on October 1st, the pain that I'm gonna put you through, like in our street fight, is going to it's going to be 10 times worse. And then this is where then he continues to say, this ends like in Chicago, which they're going to have their next match at the what's that in the State Farm Arena when they have their first show in the CW. Like, and this is where they start advertising it. And I want to ask you this question: What was your thoughts on Zachary Wentz promising this that's going to end on that day. And then do you think that Zachary Wentz going to get his second straight win against the former North American champion, his former MSK teammate, or do you think he's going to come up short with his teammate, like, and he's gonna get the win out of this, and they're gonna have some kind of a rubber match at NXT not No Mercy, that already passed. NXT Halloween Havoc. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Well, yeah, I think that's what's probably going to happen. We're probably going to see Wesley going to be we're probably going to see Wesley going to be taking the victor, and we're going to see that Zachary Wentz is going to finally going to get the third win when they meet each other one last time at at Halloween Havoc, so they can have their trilogy of matches, I guess you could call it. But yeah, let's move on. This is where we got. That's where Ava's like tricking. This is where she started talking to this anonymous person that haven't revealed who it is, like, until that she got done asking the questions to this person. This is where she started asking, like, okay, like, I thought you might be a perfect guy to handle things. Like, if things turn into physicality, you're gonna make sure that to prevent that from happening before it even starts. Like, so, like, I want to. And since Trick Williams and Ethan Page didn't got a chance to sign the contracts, like, because what just happened out there, like, I thought they revealed who this guy may be, like, to be like a special name. It was Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah, that's what his name is. Tyrese said it was like, yeah, like, as an NXT fan, right here, like, along with WWE fans, like, and this was like, what if you have me be the commentator? Like, what if you have me like a commentator or like or even like a referee? Like, I'll make sure that this contract is going to be signed tonight, like, right here. And this is where Ava was like, okay, like, then you can get it done, right? And then this is where Stevie Turner did not agree on something about this. She was like, no. And this is where then Robert Soames was like, what do you mean, though? Like, this is the NBA star, like the basketball star, Tyrese what's his name? Halliburton. Is where he's like, from the Indiana Pacers. Like, this, like, he's a two-time NBA he's a two-time NBA superstar. Like, he plays for the Pacers. Like, yeah. And he's like, and you know what, Tyrese? Like, you got this. Like, yeah, like, you, like, now give me some, player. And then this is where I try to get, and this is where then we got and then this is where then Tyrese Halliburton was like, oh, like, yeah, like, but who are you again? And then this is where Robert Stone was like, who, me? Like, I'm Robert Stone. Like, you know me. Like, yeah, but like, I picked you up at the airport. I'm that guy, like, the airport. Like, and, come on, like, we know way back. And this is where then Tyrese Halliburton was like, oh yeah, like, if I can remember, like, when we where we very first met at, if I can remember, like, recalling it. And this is where then Ava's like, oh, okay. Like, anyways, without any further interruptions, and this is where the Tyrese Halliburton was like, okay, I'm gonna take this contract, give it to those two WWE superstars, like, finally get their signatures, and then make it official. And then I'm gonna get it done. And this is where the neighbor's like, I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Like, yeah, get it done. And that's where then she stared, and she was like, and you, Robert, like, you told me that y'all were best friends. Like, why would you lie to me? And I was like, yeah, Robert, like, why did you lie? Like, it's not gonna make you look good, like, as an assistant general manager. Like, just saying, like, what if she had you do something that's more major than this? Like about like a future NXT championship match, like, to take place at a very special show. Like, and you had the and you blew it, like, just because she trusted you. And you thinking that you have an experience of handling and booking the show when you don't know how to do so. Like, yeah, like, you're not, like, my point is, like, you're not making yourself look good, Robert Stone. Like, like you need to put on your A game, like put on your A game of what's that of being true to your words and mean what you say, like and not trying to say what you mean, like when it's not really what you mean, like, and it's actually something that you just made up. But yeah, let me know about that in the comments down below. And do you think that he's gonna eventually get himself fired as GM, like much more sooner rather than later? Let me know about that. But that's where we got. That's where I got Ashante the Adonis thing came out there. Here's where he gave out a flower to one lady fan in attendance. Well, I'm not sure if it was a real fan or a kayfabe one, but she did gave him a kiss though, like right on the cheek, which I believe it must be a kayfabe one. They all did this all part of the act, because if it was a true fan, they would not be so sure unless they were attracted to Ashante the Adonis appearances, like whatsoever, of course, like whether if it's a fan or like a celebrity crush they have on that said wrestler. But we're gonna get into the match where he took on who was it? It was Eddie Thorpe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because they did say that they're gonna meet each other in the match. But this is where, but before we got the match starting, is where we got the pure. I'm about to say the Pure Fusion Collective. I mean the what's that, the Fatal Influence. Yeah, that's what they're called. This is where they were in the backstage interview with Kelly Kincaid. This is where then this is where the this is where this is where then this is where there was like, there's no woman that's in that locker room that's gonna have the guts and possibly the nuts to fight us. And then this is where she was like not even Lola Vice, like what they were pointing out in particular, and she was like, and this was. And this is where she was like, in that teeny tiny brain of hers, like she thinks she's much more of a way bigger star than we are. Or even with like she's not even the greatest star like that she's already is. Like, and this is where then what's her name? Like Kelly Kincaid's like, okay, you're also you've been targeted by Jada Parker as well. This is where then found we did not like what comment she made in response about questioning them about the girl they just jumped a couple weeks ago. This is where she's like well. Like, you mean the next big girl of NXT? Like, oh, please. Like, we were flattened right 2 weeks ago. And that's where then what's her name? Jasmine Nix was like, oh yeah, she think that she was all tougher than us. Like, and yeah, like, but honey, like if you want to find us, like you would have already. And that's where the and then this is where then and that's where then what then JC James was like, yeah, like this women's division is starting to be the Fatal Influence, like, or to be the fatal. It's starting to. This is about to turn into the Fatal Influence division. That's what she renamed the women's division. Like, this is where she was like, and it's not named Lola, like, and not Jada, and certainly not that their little cheerleader, little old Kalani Jordan, like in mockery. And she was and she was like, who, by the way, that's been ducking and dodging us. And this is where then what's her name? Kelly Kincaid then responds like, I don't think she's like, not to take her side, but I don't think she's ducking the dodge. And this is where then we got found Henley quickly interrupted her. So all right, the interview's over. Like, let's go. And this is where they're like, okay, toodles. And this is where then Kelly Kincaid is like, okay, bye-bye. And this is where they moved into the women's locker room. This is where Lola Vice then started practicing more of throwing some fish. She was like, oh, like you're throwing some fish. And this is where she was like, oh, like you, like, yeah, like they want to talk all this smack, like, yeah, like once I start throwing some fists on their jaws, like they're not gonna be talking no more. Like, and this is where then Brittany Reese was like, yeah, like they're such a pain in the neck, like, yeah, like whether if it's you or Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, like you, me, Jada, and this is where these like, and this is where the Lola Vice was like, yeah, like, but also Jada Parker said like you. Like, yeah, she doesn't need my help, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave her alone, and I don't need her help either. And this is where then Jada Parker's like, he was like, and this is where Jada Parker heard her say this right behind her. This is where she was like, Lola, I know you did not put your name, put my name in your mouth, like, and then this is where she was like, and also or this is where she was like, I know you didn't put my name, put my name in your mouth, like again, and she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it slide for now, because yeah, just that fatal influence just let us in. Like, this is where Law Advice like where the hell do you think you're going? And like, this is where the Law Advice is like where you're going. Like fatal influence is mine for tonight. Like, and look, like, you may not need my help and all. And I definitely do not want yours either. Like, you do whatever you want with it. It, but this wasn't she spoke in Spanish, but like she translates you like, but after like when I finished him, you just get the leftover pieces of the end. That's where did she walk out there when she got done with their line. That's where we got the match starting with Ashante Diadonis and Eddie Thorpe, with him quickly immediately attacking the Native American DJ of NXT. That's where he knees him right into the back of his head, right face first, right into the ropes. Is where he Irish whipped him right into the upper corner side. Hits a flying elbow strike right into the face. This is where he's like, oh, my face and my jaw on the right side. This is where we got this is where we got That's where we got what's name? Shante Diodazar hitting some forearm strikes right to the face. On to what's his name? Eddie Thorpe repeatedly. And this is where he needs him right in the midsection. There's a single axe handle right in the back of his head. And this back is where he hits them right strikes. This is where we right to the bottom right corner. This is where, but he gets elbowed right into the face. This is where we got Eddie Thorpe start fighting back with the forearm strikes. This is where he try to go for a clothesline, but he gets tripped over. Hits throat first right onto the ropes in the bottom corner. This is where Shante Diadonis was like, my leg. And this is where then he picks up, what's his name? That's where then he picks up Eddie Thorpe. But this is where Eddie Thorpe start pumping his arms, and then a forearm strike right to the face. But it's where what's his name reminded him, Ashante reminded him, saying like you're not the only one with the power of the forearms. Like, I too could play this game, and both of the men start playing some wrestling tennis. This is where we got. Here's where he gets the slide kick right to the right leg. This is where he try to go for a super kick, but he dodges out of the way. He gets the slide kick right into his midsection, try to go for a wrist lock. This is where he caught on his leg, try to go for a German suplex, but he gets elbow strike. This is where he runs right to the left side. Eddie Thorpe try to go for a flying elbow. This is where we got, what's his name? Ashante dodges out of the way. He goes for a roundhouse kick, but it's where he gets hit with a step-up insecurity by, what's his name? Eddie Thorpe. Once he spins around, both men fell down into the ground. This is where we got, the referee's like, all right, like, come on, guys, like, y'all gotta get back up because like, you know, I want to get counted out, like, in this match. This is where we got Eddie Thorpe then trying to grab onto Ashante Diadonis and right in the midsection, but this is where we got he elbows him. This is where we got Eddie Thorpe then try to go rob on the splash with Shante Diadonis went right to the upper left side. Is where he tried to go for a splash on him, but he flips him right over into the left side. He has a drop kick. This is where we got him and go up right up on the top rope. This is where then he was about to hit a diving corkscrew maneuver.